Have you ever found yourself in a room full of people, struggling to remember names and faces? You're not alone. As we age, it's natural for some things to slip through the cracks of our memory, but that doesn't mean we can't work to keep our connections strong. Remembering names and faces is important for building relationships, staying socially active, and just feeling good about our social interactions. So today, we're diving into 4 tricks that can help you remember names and faces better, assisting you in keeping those valuable connections alive and thriving. Let's start with a little story. Picture this: you're at a friend's gathering, and you're meeting someone new. They introduce themselves, but just moments later, their name escapes you. You might feel embarrassed, thinking this happens just because you're getting older. But I'm here to let you know that age doesn't define your ability to remember. In fact, there are simple, enjoyable tricks that can help you improve your memory. First off, let's dive into the power of association. When you meet someone, try to make a mental connection between their name and something familiar to you. For example, if you meet someone named Rose, you might picture a rose flower or think about someone you know with that name. This association gives your brain a little nudge to remember. It's like adding a bookmark in your memory, making it easier to find later. A great way to enhance this technique is to repeat the name a few times during your conversation. "It's nice to meet you, Rose," could be your opener, and as the conversation continues, you might say, "So, Rose, what do you enjoy most about gardening?" This continuous use of their name serves as a reminder, reinforcing it in your memory. Plus, it shows you are genuinely interested in the person you're talking to, which makes your interaction more meaningful. Now, moving on to our second trick, visualization. This ties into the idea of associating faces with names, but it enhances that connection even further. When you meet someone, take a moment to really look at their face and feature that stands out. Is it their bright smile, the glasses perched on their nose, or perhaps the unique pattern of their shirt? Get creative. Maybe think of a whimsical image that could relate to their appearance and pair that with their name. For instance, if James has a remarkable mustache, you could visualize a cartoon mustachioed character named James, and see how that helps link the name with the face. While you're making these visual connections, you can also think about where you might see them again. Imagine bumping into Rose in a flower shop or seeing James at a local cafe. This way, you're not only remembering a name, you're weaving together a story that expands your memory of that person. So, as you've practiced these techniques of association and visualization, take your time to engage with those around you. It's not just about holding on to names and faces but also about respecting and honoring the individuals you meet in your life. It's about making those moments count. Lastly, as we continue on this journey of enhancing memory with another trick, let's talk about the power of context. The environment in which you meet someone can play a big role in memory retention. If you meet people at a familiar place like your favorite coffee shop or community center, you'll often flatten all those faces and names together in your mind. If you're meeting them somewhere new, all the sensory details, the sights, sounds, and even smells, can help firm the memory. You might consider writing down a few details about each person after you meet them. Maybe jot down interesting hobbies or how you met them. Use that tiny notebook or even the Notes app on your phone. Daily reflections can strengthen your recall ability while reinforcing those connections with the people around you. So, we've touched on the first few tricks: associating names with familiar concepts, visualizing faces, and leveraging context. These are just the seeds of remembering names and faces, and they will truly blossom as you practice them. Now that we've covered these techniques, prepare your mind to dive deeper into even more strategies that will elevate your memory game. Remember, it's all about staying connected and feeling vibrant in your interactions. Get ready to embrace these techniques into your daily life, as they will help you reclaim some of those memories that feel slightly out of reach. Continuing on our journey of remembering names and faces, let's explore some more practical techniques that will help you maintain those valuable connections and enhance your memory skills. By embracing these strategies, you can walk into social situations with confidence, ready to engage with new people and reinforce those familiar bonds. One powerful method we'll delve into is storytelling. When you hear someone's name, think of it in a narrative context. Creating a little story around the name can make it much easier to remember. Imagine you meet a woman named Linda. You could visualize Linda walking her dog through a park, chatting with a friend about her latest book find. The story adds an emotional layer, giving the name more substance and making it stick in your memory. You can even share this imaginative narrative during your conversations. If Linda starts talking about her interests, you can say, "Oh, I love that. It makes me think of the story I imagined about you and your dog." This not only helps you remember her name but also makes the conversation more engaging. People love hearing that their name sparked a little creativity in someone else's mind. Next, let's shift gears and discuss the importance of practicing retrieval. This might sound a bit formal, but it simply means regularly reviewing the names and faces you've encountered. After a social event, take a few minutes to recall who you met. Picture each face in your mind and try to remember their names without looking. This could be with a friend or even just in a quiet moment to yourself. Practicing retrieval helps strengthen the neural connections associated with each name and face, making it easier next time to bring those names to mind. Another lovely approach is to create a memory buddy system. Share your goal of remembering names with friends or family members. Let them know that you're working on this and encourage them to join you. When you attend events together, you can remind each other of names as you meet new folks. It adds an extra layer of support and camaraderie while fostering meaningful interactions. Plus, working together can often make the process more fun and less daunting. As you practice these techniques, remember that everyone processes information differently, so it's perfectly alright to find what resonates most with you. You might discover you prefer storytelling over visualization, or maybe you feel more comfortable focusing on association. Embrace the elements that feel right and make them your own. Now, let's dive into our fourth and final trick, embracing regular social activities. Keeping your mind active is a fantastic way to improve your cognitive skills, including memory. Engaging in social activities, be it a book club, gardening group, or even attending local workshops, offers opportunities to meet new people and practice your name remembering strategies repeatedly. These interactions create a supportive environment where you can hone your skills. Participating in community events not only puts you in touch with others but also helps create a vibrant social circle, making it easier to remember those faces and names when you see familiar faces again. Regular interaction can also significantly enhance your overall well-being, as connections with others often help combat loneliness and foster a sense of belonging. So, as we wrap up this part of our memory enhancement exploration, let's reflect on the 4 tricks we've covered today: weaving the tales of storytelling, practicing retrieval, creating a memory buddy system, and embracing regular social activities. These are all practical, actionable strategies that can be easily incorporated into your daily life. Each step is designed to help you keep those connections alive as you nurture your memory skills. Remember, it's all a process, and there's no need to rush. It's about enjoying those interactions and finding joy in getting to know others. As you strengthen your memory, you'll find that not only do names and faces become clearer, but the meaningful relationships you build will only deepen. Now, let's move forward to embrace our final thoughts and techniques that can help uplift our memories even further. Each connection is a treasure, and every name you remember brings with it a story yet to be explored. As we conclude our exploration of remembering names and faces, let's take a moment to reflect on the simple yet effective strategies we've discussed. Keeping our memory sharp, particularly when it comes to names and faces, is not just about the act of remembering, it's about the connections we form and the meaningful interactions that enrich our lives. Each person we meet has a unique story, and being able to recall their name creates an instant bond and sets the stage for deeper conversations. We started with the power of association, learning how making mental connections can act like bookmarks in our minds. By repeating names and visualizing faces, we create memorable ties that enhance our ability to remember. Then we ventured into the world of storytelling, where creating narratives around names transforms a simple introduction into a vibrant tale. This makes our interactions much more engaging, and who wouldn't love to share a story that involves someone they just met? We've also highlighted the importance of practicing retrieval. Taking a moment out after social gatherings to recall those you've met boosts your memory retention. And let's not forget the joy of a memory buddy system, where sharing your goals with friends or family turns the challenge into a collaborative and fun endeavor. Finally, we embrace the benefits of regular social activities, enhancing cognitive functions and nurturing a sense of belonging by engaging with our community. Remember, improvement takes time, and every small step counts. These techniques are not formal trials, they're simple, enjoyable habits that can seamlessly weave into your social life. With practice, you'll find that remembering names and faces becomes more natural and less of a chore. It's all about strengthening those connections, and the more you engage, the more your memory will flourish. As you continue this journey, keep in mind the power of patience and kindness, both towards yourself and others. It's perfectly okay to forget. What matters is your willingness to try, to connect, and to engage meaningfully. Before we part ways today, I'd love to invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you found any tricks that work for you in remembering names? Or perhaps a memorable encounter you'd like to share? Engaging in this conversation not only helps you reinforce what you've learned but also enriches our community with shared wisdom. If you found this content helpful, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You'll be joining a wonderful community dedicated to growth and connection, all aimed at living life fully, at any age. We're here to offer you more tips, tricks, and uplifting advice in the future, so don't miss out. Here's to growing our memories together and cherishing the wonderful people we meet along the way. Remember, every name you recall is not just a piece of information, it's a connection waiting to bloom. Embrace those connections, and here's to living your best life, however old you are. Thank you for joining me today. I can't wait to see you again soon.